it's too amazing not to share. So I'm going to walk you guys through the process and hope you enjoy. First thing we're going to do. Hey, carnivore hunters, it's Doug. If any of you saw my Frosty Copycat video for Carnivore, somebody in one of the comments actually requested that I do a Copycat Orange Julius. And that just sounded like an amazing idea to me. I've made Orange Julius's before being on the carnivore lifestyle. But unfortunately, if you've ever seen a Copycat Orange Julius recipe, the two main ingredients are frozen concentrated orange juice and powdered sugar. So that doesn't really work for the carnivore lifestyle. And what I came up with is not exactly an Orange Julius, but it's too amazing not to share. So I'm going to walk you guys through the process and hope you enjoy. First thing we're going to do, start out with an egg here. And about a teaspoon of salt. And really quick, I'm just going to take my whisk here. And what we're looking for, very similar to the Frosty, you really want to get it broken down to where it's a foamy kind of a pale yellow. So something like that. Now I'm going to add roughly, and I don't measure much out, but I'm going to tell you this is roughly about 2 teaspoons of vanilla, and a good quality vanilla. Don't use the imitation vanilla. I like to get this Mexican vanilla whenever I can. Okay, now next thing I'm going to do, this is actually 1 cup of whole milk and 1 cup of heavy cream. So it's basically half and half, but I don't buy half and half. So again, 1 cup of heavy cream, 1 cup of whole milk, total of 2 cups. And we're going to start mixing that together as well. And if you're familiar with mixing heavy cream, it is going to thicken up and foam up quite a bit. But initially, I'm just going to get it mixed up fairly well here. Don't want it too thick yet, because now I'm going with a very good quality orange extract. No imitation stuff here. This we're actually going to go for basically a full tablespoon, a little more there. And the other thing I'm going to add, and this, I know this one is probably the least carnivore ingredient, but you need some sort of sweetness. This is about 2 tablespoons of raw honey. Now, I mean, if you guys are really against using honey and you want to go with some sort of artificial sweetener, I refuse to use artificial sweeteners with anything. Not a pure carnivore recipe, but this recipe is going to be much better than anything you're going to get with, you know, the full sugar versions. So, and again, 2 tablespoons. This is going to make a couple of servings of this, so you're not talking about a ton of sugar in there. But if you're trying to avoid it and you want to use monk fruit or something like that, that's fine. I can't bring myself to use that stuff. It never tastes very good. Not to me, anyway. Ooh, making quite a bit of mess here. And you want to do this long enough, again, you're getting it as fluffy as possible. And also you want that honey to be well mixed in. The orange extract mixes in pretty easily, but the honey is the hard part. And then we're back to our ice cream maker. Just pour that all in there, and you can see how foamy that is already. And then we're just going to fire this up on its normal. Ooh. Guess I didn't have that on there tight. Going to fire this up on its normal. just normal ice cream mix function. Runs for about an hour, and we will be back in a few minutes to show you what the final product looks like. You're going to love it. Hey, Carnivore Hunters. So we're all done here. I finished the Copycat Orange Julius. I don't even know if we can really even call it that. It's somewhere. It's not quite an Orange Julius. It's not quite an orange cream, but the flavor is fantastic. This is something my wife was very skeptical about when I first made it. And her first bite, she's like, but very quickly she decided that she loved it, and she actually asked me to make it again the very next night. Now, I don't recommend you do that. Again, it does have honey in it. It's, it's not a strict carnivore recipe, but it's going to be better than anything that you're going to get in the grocery stores. Much healthier for you to do it than that. And we're coming up on summer, so people are going to be craving frozen treats. If that's you, this is going to be a real hit for this summer. So if you just take a kind of a look in there, so obviously it's kind of frozen to the paddle here. What I usually do is just move it over to a bowl and start scraping it in there. And then once I get this paddle scraped off, I dish it up into a couple of bowls for us to eat. But you can kind of see there, again, it looks more like an ice cream, and in fact, that's what this really is. But the flavor, again, is fantastic. Somewhere in between that Orange Julius and then orange cream. Not quite either, but hopefully you guys like it. If you have any questions, pop them in the comments. I also do recommend, I do have the Kumio ice cream maker. I don't care what brand you get. I'm not sponsored by anybody. But if you're looking to do something like this, you really can't beat having some kind of ice cream maker in your house that has a built-in compressor. This one isn't too big. It's only 1.5 quart for the size. They do make a larger one if you have a larger family. But this is a good size if you just want to make enough for 1 or 2, 3 people to have in one sitting. So in any case, any questions, guys, pop them into the comments, and I'll be sure to get back to you. Have a good one. Thanks for joining me.